So Andrew, can you still get a job with no experience? I'm going to tell you the short answer. Yes, you can. Whether you recently graduated or looking for a career change, I'm going to go through some of the tips and strategies that I share with my clients that will help you. First of all, I need you guys to know that there is no one straight answer. But what I'm going to share with you today has worked for myself personally and allows me to extend my service across to help many of my clients, including young and experienced professionals from all walks of life. And that includes the background, limitation, whatever industry they work on, and including education. So the question is, what do we need to know? Here are the 3 tips you can start implementing right now. First, I'm going to introduce to you the technique we use for mindset, which is A.I.R. A.I.R. Acknowledge, identify, and rectify. Now guys, it doesn't mean that of course you forget your positive attitude and apply for the tips of being positive out there. Though this is just going to be an extra addition. So personal acknowledgement. What do I mean by this? It's being able to accept to yourself that you do not have experience. Because guys, it's okay to not have experience, but you need to accept to be able to move on. Now we move on to personal identification. And what I mean by this, guys, is when you start to understand that you lack certain skills or attributes, such as communication skills, or maybe even using a software like Microsoft Office, or potentially even not being able to be confident with customers, then you have to be able to know what you need to do. And this is where we go to rectification. This is where we're going to solve it. So now you understand that you're lacking in certain qualities and the skills. Well, wouldn't you think that it's now your case scenario where you need to know how to learn and gain these skills so you can do the job effectively? Are you aware the 3 greatest skills used in life and in work are communication, negotiation, and problem solving? So following on to my next tip, which is knowledge wins all. And what I mean by here, guys, is you need to understand your industry you're getting into. And I mean really dissect it down. So you want to be able to look, speak, and feel confident. And the way to do this is by researching top tier companies in their field. Then you want to understand their competition and what makes them different, even though they'd be providing similar or same type services as other companies. And you also need to be comfortable. Just remember the terminology used in the industry, slogans and all the kind of slangs you probably think of. Because even though you don't have experience, by understanding and knowing this makes you knowledgeable. Now you also need to identify the most commonly used softwares and learn them, even if it means just touching the surface or even just by theory. Because guys, you can learn almost anything for free and on YouTube as well. Now guys, I'm going to touch on the type of culture a little bit. This can be used as a general rule, but it's always a good understanding to know what type of trait or the commonalities in the people in the industry, because then it allows you to understand and know what style of language or how to communicate to be on the same level, if not even greater. Now, even though you don't have experience or you have limited work experience, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't sound very knowledgeable, again, from the previous point, and a great communicator. So there we go. We talk about near the end of this is also what you can offer back to them as well. So it all kind of intertwines, if that means. Also, you want a list of your problem solving techniques and have examples. So when you do go to an interview or go to a network event and people ask you the question, there's so many things you can talk about. So guys, we've left the best to last. We've understood the foundation behind getting a job with no experience or just a little experience. So what do we need to do from here? I'm glad you asked. Here is what you need to do. Guys, if you haven't done so, I need you to set up your LinkedIn right away if you don't have one. And make sure that your title is very catchy. Don't just say graduate architect. It's too broad, like everybody would use it. Why don't you suggest something more specific? For example, if you're going to apply for a graduate or junior residential architect, you want to have your title as residential graduate architect, but also having a slogan you like to use, or like a theme for yourself. So custom in special home building. You want to stand out a little bit more differently. And how they find you on LinkedIn is they look for the difference in the profiles. So it's not just using keywords and filtering them by who they are, what they are, and all the required parts for the job, skills and qualifications. They also want to know who is standing out, who makes a profile look like worthy a call. So guys, you want to pay a lot of attention to this point, okay? So you want to be a bit creative and on your title, but not just your summary and everything else. And if you want to know more about how to set up a strong LinkedIn profile, please let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely do another video where I can show you, as a recruiter myself, what actually we look for. Once you've completed this, what you want to do now is to conduct further research on the field of what happens when someone hires an architect in the residential space. So what you want to do is you want to try to find consistency in the job title, like as if the HR was trying to find you. And what you want to do is you want to start connecting with professionals in LinkedIn. So that includes, HR or people that are working in the architectural space, also in design managers, you name it. You connect to everyone in that field. Now guys, it goes without saying that Seek is your #1 platform when it comes to job searching in Australia. Now, of course, we understand that there are many jobs advertised on there, and the beauty that I'm going to share with you today is that you can leverage off what we call understanding knowledge about the job and finding consistency in every job title. So what I mean by this is if you search for a graduate or junior architect role in the residential space, what you can do is search every single company in that field and then start to filter what are the keywords, what are the skills, what are the qualities, and you can start finding what is important in that role that every company says. When you find the quality that is, streamlined, or I should say, very consistent, then you know that's what has to be said, no matter what company you work for. Now guys, I do understand it varies from company to company, but having that just foundation is just going to help you to stand out already. Also, another added point, guys, it's to remember that you should be attending live events, participate in webinars, and network. There's a saying that your network is equal to your net worth. So the more you network, you expand your knowledge, you expand your skill set, you meet people that you can help, but at the same time, along the way, you will find people that will help you as well. So you never know, there might be an opportunity next door that you don't know, and if you didn't go there, it was never going to be for you. Guys, it's kind of useless if you go to events and you're not prepared. And this is what I normally tell my clients. Why don't you create a profile, a portfolio, maybe a project that you can have with you handy anywhere you go so that you can showcase your work. Because if you go empty-handed, there is no added value. People cannot see it. People need to see, or you need to show them through visualization on what you can show them through a folder, or pictures, videos. So what I do suggest to everybody is to download the softwares that are necessary, and even though you don't have experience, it does not mean you should not try it out. Download it, use it, buy it, whatever you need to do, and learn and master it. So when you create your own projects, you can actually then showcase, hey guys, this is what I've done, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've done in uni, this is what I've done during at home when I'm looking for my next opportunity, and you're just going to stand out because nobody does it. All that being said, guys, we need an effective resume and cover letter. The great news is though, I've got you covered, and I've created a free course on how to write a resume just right here. So if you want to go in there and click on there right now so you can understand how to write it, and the most important thing that I've done in that course is to structure in a way that anybody can learn and use and leverage from it, with the main point and the main idea, or the objective I should say, of the course is to get you noticed by the HR. Lastly, don't just apply for any job. They know, I know, we all know. Pick and choose carefully and write on a personal level. It shows sincerity and it doesn't look like you're just sending your applications everywhere. So there you have it, guys. Did you learn something new? Let me know in the comments below. We post videos every week and we promise that every content we post is going to have great value and will give you something to learn or something to do to enhance your income or move to the next career. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.